Welcome to The Explainer. Ever feel like you're just drowning in a sea of to-dos, deadlines, and a constant flood of notifications? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. Well, today, we're going to dive into a system that promises to pull you out of that chaos and into a state of calm, focused productivity. It's called Getting Things Done.
So let's start with a question that probably feels very familiar in our nonstop world. Why is your brain so full all the time?
The answer is actually pretty simple and maybe a little surprising. Your brain is fantastic for having ideas, but it's a terrible place to store them. Think of it as a great idea generator, but a really bad office.
So let's dive into the core problem here, that constant feeling of being completely overwhelmed. This is the exact problem that the Getting Things Done methodology, or GTD for short, was designed to solve.
Here's a great way to think about it. Your brain's active memory is a lot like a computer's RAM. It has a limited capacity, and it's built for processing things in the moment, not for long-term storage. And just like a computer, when you have too many windows open, it gets slow and bogged down.
Now here's where it gets really tricky. Your brain doesn't really get the concept of past, present, or future. When you have an idea like buy milk and another one like finish that huge report, your brain thinks you should be doing both of them right now. Obviously you can't, so this creates this endless internal conflict, this constant low-grade hum of stress.
This is how one executive described the state of most people's task lists before GTD. And it's a feeling so many of us can relate to. It's just a vague, anxiety-inducing list of stuff that feels completely impossible to even start.
But what if you could achieve a state of perfect readiness and calm? What if you could trade that feeling of overwhelm for one of control?
The GTD methodology promises a state that martial artists call mind like water. Just picture it, a perfectly still pond. If you toss a pebble into it, the water reacts appropriately. It ripples, and then it immediately returns to its natural calm state. That's the goal for your mind, to be able to respond to anything with total presence and fluid focus.
And when you're in this state, your mind is finally free from the clutter of remembering everything. You can dedicate 100% of your focus to what you're doing right now, whether that's an important project or just having a conversation with someone you care about.
Okay, so this mind like water thing sounds great, but how do you actually get there? Well, it's not magic. It's a system, and it's built on 5 core habits that get you out of your head and into a state of control. Let's look at them.
The entire system is built on these 5 habits: capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. Together, they create a workflow for moving all of your commitments from your mind into a trusted external system.
You start by capturing everything that has your attention. And I mean everything. Big, small, personal, professional, you name it. You get it all out of your head and into an inbox. This could be a physical tray, a notebook, or a digital app. The tool doesn't matter, as long as it's not your brain.
This mind map here is a brilliant example of capturing your thoughts for a big project. It's not a neat to-do list, it's a raw brain dump. This is exactly the kind of externalization that starts you on the path to clarity.
The second step is to clarify, and this hinges on one single, incredibly powerful question you ask for every item in your inbox. What's the very next physical action? Not the whole project, just the very next tangible thing you can do.
Now, what's really interesting here is a powerful little sub-rule that goes with this step. It's so simple, but it's a total game changer.
It's the famous 2-minute rule. If that next action you just identified takes less than 2 minutes, the rule is simple. Do it right then and there. Don't write it down, don't schedule it, just get it done. It's amazing how many things this clears off your plate.
The third step is to organize. You take all your actionable items, the ones that take more than 2 minutes, and you put them on lists based on the context you need to do them. So you'll have a list for things you do at computer, one for at calls, another for at home. This is so much more effective than one long, messy list.
All right, let's zoom in on this idea of defining the next action, because it's maybe the most transformative part of this whole system. It's the secret weapon against procrastination.
The crucial point here is the shift from a vague, anxiety-inducing project to a clear, physical, and totally achievable first step. New tires feels like a chore, but search online for tire prices, hey, you can do that right now. Mom's birthday sounds stressful. Call my sister to brainstorm gift ideas, easy. That simple shift makes all the difference.
This simple shift is how you overcome procrastination. Starting a small, clearly defined action feels so much more manageable than trying to tackle a huge, undefined problem. It's all about making it easy to just get started.
Ultimately, this is the feeling of control that GTD provides. You can be confident in your choice to relax because you have a complete and trusted inventory of everything you're not doing at that moment. Nothing is falling through the cracks, so you can actually be present.
And this system reveals a pretty deep truth. Our anxiety doesn't come from the volume of our work. It comes from all the promises we've made to ourselves, all those open loops that we're trying to track and manage in our heads. Each one is a broken agreement, and that's what causes the stress.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. If your mental energy wasn't constantly being consumed by just trying to remember everything, what could you create? What new ideas and big goals could you finally focus on? With a mind like water, what could you truly accomplish?